Hello dear students, myself CMA Padmaja Bujruk. I will discuss partnership accounts. Go to study note number 6, partnership accounts. I will discuss dissolution of a partnership firm. If the partnership firm is discontinued for any reason, that is called dissolution of the firm. Dissolution of firm in accordance with Indian Partnership Act 1932 is as follows. By mutual consent of all partners in accordance with contract made by them, section 40, by notice given in writing by any partner to all other partners if partnership is at will, section 43, on the happening of any of the following events, section 42, expiry of the term where the partnership was constituted for a fixed term, completion of the adventure for which firm was constituted, death of a partner, adjudication of partner as insolvent. Compulsory dissolution, where all partners or all but one are adjudged insolvent if any event occurs making it unlawful for the business of the firm to be carried on. Dissolution by court. According to section 44 of Indian Partnership Act, the court at the suit of partner may dissolve a firm on any of the following grounds, namely insanity of a partner, permanent incapability of a partner to do his duties, if a partner is guilty of misconduct that might affect prejudicially the carrying on of the business, if a partner willfully or persistently commits breach of agreement, if a partner transfers all his share to a third party or has allowed his share to be charged under the provisions of Rule 14(9) of Order 21 of the first schedules to the Code of Civil Procedure 1908, if the court considers that the business cannot be carried on except at loss on any other ground on which the court considers the dissolution as just and equitable. These are various reasons, situations given in Indian Partnership Act 1932 by which the partnership firm gets dissolved. Settlement of accounts on dissolution. According to Section 48 of Indian Partnership Act, following rules should be observed for settlement of accounts after dissolution, subject to agreement by partners. Regarding losses, losses including deficiencies of capital shall be first paid out of profits, next out of capital, and lastly, if necessary, by the partners individually in proportion in which they are entitled to share profit, that is, in their profit sharing ratios. So, loss is to be first paid out of profit, then out of capital, and lastly from the private estate of the partners in their profit sharing ratio. Regarding assets, the assets of the firm, including any sum contributed by partners to make up deficiencies of capital, shall be applied in the following manner. That means the assets are sold at the time of dissolution, and whatever money the partnership firm gets by selling the assets, by disposing of the assets, by realization of assets, it is to be used in the following order. First is dates of the firm to third parties, then partners loan, then partners capital, and lastly if any amount remains, that is residue, shall be divided among the partners in their profit sharing ratio. Section 48 subsection 2. Accounting entries regarding dissolution. Two separate aspects of dissolution for which accounting entries have to be made are realization of assets and payment of liabilities and settlement of dues of the partners. Assets are to be sold, liabilities are to be paid, and partners' dues are to be settled. For that, you are supposed to pass various journal entries. Realization of assets and payment of liabilities. Prepare realization account. Transfer all assets except cash, bank, and fictitious assets and liabilities at the book value to realization account. Fictitious asset is profit and loss account debit balance is known as fictitious asset. It is shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. We'll see journal entries. Transfer book value of assets as recorded in the balance sheet, that is balance sheet values to be transferred to realization account. Entry is realization account debit to sundry assets at book value, balance sheet value, including goodwill if any shown in the balance sheet. Realization account debit to debtors, provision for bad debts to realization. If on the asset side debtors are shown and from that provision for bad debts is deducted, then debtors are to be shown on the debit side of realization account and provision for bad debts to be shown on the credit side of realization account. Special points: cash or bank account are not to be credited unless the firm as a whole is sold out as a going concern. So cash and bank account is not to be transferred to realization account. You are supposed to open cash and bank account and write the balance as to balance brought down, opening balance. Debit balance of any capital account etc. or debit balance of profit and loss account not to be transferred to realization account. Realization account, this is fictitious asset. Debit balance of profit and loss account, it is not to be transferred to realization account. If there is any provision for bad debts, debit realization account and credit debtors account with gross figure, then debit provision account and credit realization account, same treatment for provision for depreciation. Realization, sale of above assets. If the assets are sold, now all assets, if you have transferred at balance sheet value to realization, that means asset account is closed. If these assets are sold, then cash and bank account debit to realization account. If it is taken over by partner, then partner's capital account debit to realization account. Shares etc. received as purchase consideration in exchange of firm's asset, shares account debit to realization account, agreed value. Closing of external liabilities. External liabilities account debit such as creditors, outstanding expenses, bank loan to realization at book value, that is balance sheet value. Alternatively, this entry may be passed combining 4, 5 and 6. Liabilities to bank or to partner's capital account or to realization, discount if any received on payment, discharge. That means liabilities are to be transferred to realization account, liabilities to realization if the liabilities are paid off, realization to cash or bank. If the liabilities are taken over by partner, realization to particular partner's capital account at agreed value. So instead of passing these 4, 5 and 6 entries, directly one combined entry can be passed. Instead of transferring liabilities to realization account, liability account debit to bank. If it is paid, then actual amount paid. Liabilities account debit to partner's capital account if it is taken over by partner at agreed value. Any discount is to be transferred to realization account. Where assets and liabilities are taken over by another business on making some lump sum payment, separate entries for realization of assets and payment of liabilities need not be made. Unrecorded assets sold or taken over by partner, cash account debit, partner's capital account debit to realization. If unrecorded liability paid, realization account debit to cash or bank. If shares etc. received as shown in 3, in the third point we have seen shares have been received. That time the entry was shares account debit to realization. If these shares are sold out or transferred to capital account, then cash or bank account debit, partner's capital account debit to shares account. For sale, there may be profit or loss on sale which is to be transferred to realization account. Payment of expenses of realization, realization account debit to cash or bank if paid by firm, or to capital account of partner if paid by any partner. If a partner bears such expenses personally in pursuance of separate agreement, no entry is required. Now you have to balance the realization account. It will show either profit or loss. Realization account debit to partner's capital account, profit shared in profit sharing ratio, or partner's capital account to realization, loss shared in profit sharing ratio. Now settlement of partners due through capital accounts. Prepare capital account with balance as per balance sheet before dissolution. By balance brought down if it is credit balance. To balance brought down if it capital has a debit balance. Transfer of current account if any. If there is any current account, it gets transferred to capital account. Partner's current account debit to partner's capital account if current account is having credit balance. Partner capital account debit to partner current account if current account is having debit balance. Undistributed profit reserve, joint life policy reserve, investment fluctuation fund, contingency reserve, all these reserves and surpluses are to be transferred to partners capital account in their profit sharing ratio. Profit and loss account credit balance debit or any reserve account debit to partners capital account in profit sharing ratio. Undistributed loss, fictitious assets, unrealizable assets are to be transferred. Partners capital account debit to profit and loss account debit or fictitious assets in profit sharing ratio. Example of unrealizable asset, advertisement, suspense account. So these are fictitious assets. Any loan taken from any partner, partner's loan account debit to cash or bank. Any loan taken from partner. Supposing loan has been taken from the partner, it is to be paid. Under section 48, repayment of loan should enjoy priority over repayment of capital. That means first you have to clear all third party liabilities, then clear partner's loan, and then only clear partner's liabilities. First loan is to be repaid and then capital. That's why repayment of loan enjoy priority over repayment of capital. Any loan given to any partner, cash or bank account debit to partner's loan account or partner's capital account debit to partner's loan account. If such amount is realized, adjustment of loan against capital. Supposing if the loan is given to partner and he has repaid the loan, then cash or bank account debit to partner's loan account. But if he has not repaid the loan, then in that case it gets transferred to capital account. If any partner's capital shows a debit balance after balancing, cash or bank account debit to particular partner's capital account, cash brought in to make up the shortfall. After adjustment, if any partner's capital account shows debit balance, he is supposed to bring the cash. If the deficient partner is insolvent, treatment will be different. That means supposing if the partner is having debit balance after doing all the adjustment, and if he is insolvent, if he is bankrupt, if his liabilities are more than assets, then in that case he won't be in a position to bring cash. So different treatments are there for insolvency of a partner. We'll see it afterwards. Payment of credit balance after final balancing, partner's capital account debit to cash and bank. In this particular video, we have seen dissolution of firm in accordance with Indian Partnership Act 1932, settlement of accounts on dissolution, and accounting entries regarding dissolution. Thank you.